What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ here in Philly. Just got back from the 2014 NHL Draft, day 2 of the 2014 NHL Draft. I want to share a few highlights of the overall experience. I had 3 interviews. I met Justin Kirkland Thursday night. That's been on the site for a while. And I met Bo Starrett Friday night. Just uploaded that this morning. And I had a mini interview with Josh Jacobs of the Indiana Ice. I uploaded that this morning at the draft. And then I kind of tried interviewing Sam Reiner. Those people from Buffalo were really passionate about him, and it was even a few hours before Buffalo drafted him. But they were really happy to see a franchise savior in so many ways, and a lot of pressure on an 18-year-old young man. But Sam Reiner, it's a really gifted hockey player that can definitely live up to those expectations, and I'll see what happens with that. A couple notes from the draft. You saw the pictures all over Twitter and all that. I had my picture taken with the Stanley Cup, and you guys, I'm sure, saw the video. Paul, the notorious keeper of the cup, gave the Power Play a little plug. And what happened was me and a guy from Toronto were the first 2 in line to take a picture with the cup, and they let us around it more so than let other people. And when I kissed the cup, I chipped my tooth, and it was right around there. I think the 61 Blackhawks is where I was kissing it, so probably Bobby Hull's and knocking my tooth out, and kind of looked at it. You can't see it really here. It's this tooth right here. And I was like, oh shit. Then I realized the Stanley Cup chipped my tooth. That's awesome. I'm not getting that fixed. That's a battle scar if there ever was one, and so that's gonna stay like that. Overall, great experience. Philly put on a good show. Trying to think of a few other things to point out before I get on a date. That was day 1. But having the keeper of the cup throw the Power Play shout out was awesome. And I saw Paul this morning. So what's up, Paul? Said, hey CJ. It's like, awesome. That's amazing. And then Saturday, got to the draft at about 8:30 a.m. Met Josh Jacobs, Jason Salvaggio, who I've interviewed here, played and won the Clark Cup in the USHL with him last year, and got a little interview. He's going to Michigan State next year, and he's a really nice kid. Went out of his way to be courteous. I didn't keep him too long, just quick, minute and a half interview. Basic stuff, and then sat down below in the lower in the 8 rows up, or actually about 2 rows up, the way that it was structured. And a bunch of Canadians fans came down from one of the Montreal websites. They got the card right here, and they were good people. And I'll give them a plug right now. The allhabs.net, so definitely check that out. They actually gave me those seats for 2 days, so I went from being up in the nosebleeds to being right there, pretty much right at the other side of the stage. I was at the far end, but it was pretty cool to sit there and be so close to the action. Day 2 of the draft, other hockey YouTuber, Steve Dangle, was sitting a few rows away from, not even like a row away from me, and he talked to him. He's a really nice kid, really knows his stuff, and also, he didn't get a press pass either, so he was on his laptop and I was on my laptop for the whole draft. We make the most of it. We kind of, I think we both do a pretty good job, so neither one of us felt left out by not getting those media passes, but hopefully next year we both get them. And he was really upset over the Gunnarsson for Roman Polak trade, which I think if I was a Leafs fan, I would have been really bullshit over that trade as well. And then I smashed my iPhone. Life sucks, but no big deal. I guess that's just what happens, at the draft, and you got to take the good with the bad. Good to see my friend Bo Starrett get drafted by the Chicago Blackhawks in the 3rd round. Definitely a great moment for him and his family. Played with, half-ass played with his brothers, Troy, Shane, and Pete, all good guys. And then for being from Southie, it was great. 2 kids from Southie, Liam Coughlin and Cam Darcy, who I've watched come up the ranks, and Liam played at Catholic Memorial. I didn't play at Catholic Memorial. I was around the team, let's call it. Former CM Knight, Southie guy like me, really proud to see those 2 guys do great things, but especially for Liam Coughlin, who went undrafted last year, and Darcy went undrafted in 12 and 13, and Darcy lit up the queue, and Coughlin had a really good year with the Vernon Vipers of the BC League. That's that's that. And I think it was definitely a great experience for those who neither one was there. But you can be sure I was cheering louder and harder than anyone else. To see two guys from Saudi get their names called. Coughlin was drafted by the Edmonton Oilers, and Canton Darcy was drafted by the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Tampa loses one Saudi guy in me, and gains another one in Darcy, and he's a little bit better at hockey than I am. So that's definitely something that it was great to be there for. And I also look back at the kids that weren't drafted, notably Bobo Carpenter from obviously Bobby Carpenter's son. He didn't want to do an interview. He didn't answer my tweet, neither him or his sister, U.S. Olympian Alex Carpenter. But the thing of it is like, if you get undrafted, it's not the end of the world. You look at the great undrafted players in the NHL. Marty St. Louis, guys like that. That have really done amazing things and never heard their name called on draft day. And that's just the way it goes sometimes. And I think the bottom line is you get to pick where you go. That's the beauty of it. If you play to the level you're capable of, you're on the scout's radar, and you get the opportunity to sign it anywhere you want as an undrafted free agent, anywhere that would have you. And I just think that's the beautiful thing about the thing is it's not where you start, it's where you finish. Why are some first round picks Alexander Dago and some Sidney Crosby? Why are some 6th round picks Pavel Datsyuk and other guys that go higher amount to nothing? Just it's such an inexact science. Where you are at 18 is where you're going to be at 20, 22, 24. And that's what these players got to keep in mind. You can't get down on yourself for something like this. But we'll see what happens with Carpenter and with the other guys. I mean, it's like the good thing with choosing where you go. Choosing the best situation. I mean, it's like I was watching the documentary the other night on Jerry Tarkanian, the old UNLV coach, and I would have loved to have played for Coach Tarkanian if I was a college basketball player at UNLV, not Fresno State, where he coached a couple years later, because it's fucking Fresno. Let's be honest. All due respect to the good people of Fresno. It's being able to pick and choose, and I think it's kind of like that with an undrafted free agent. They get the whole pool, they get teams knocking on their door, and that's just the way it goes. So, overall, great weekend. Had some hiccups here and there, but I wouldn't trade it for the world, and I'll see everyone down in South Florida last year when the when the 2015 draft rolls around. I got plenty of pieces coming up, so I'm not going to. I'm actually, we'll talk about that later. Might be taking a week or two off, but stay tuned for more episodes of The Power Play with CJ throughout the off season and beyond. Later, guys.